How's it going, YouTube? Oxy here, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be reviewing Barbie, right? The recent smash hit. Of course, Barbie and Oppenheimer, right? Famously, they came out the same day, and they're both doing great at the box office, critical reviews, everything. And I gotta say, I was genuinely surprised by this movie. Like, going in, I expected it to be a comedy, right? Have comedic elements and just be like fish out of water story, right? Where Barbie and Ken, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, go out to come to the real world, and I guess you just think it's like, oh, it's gonna be like them realizing it's different, right? But no, this film actually tackled some interesting ideas that I was like not expecting from what a kids movie essentially. So, basic plot: Barbie, right? Our main character, Margot Robbie. She's the stereotypical Barbie, right? Like when you picture it, a Barbie, that's who you think of. And there's Barbie Land, like an alternate reality, even though not really. It's more just like a place, really, like another country. That obviously all the Barbies, the Kens, right? Like that brand live, and of course every day is like perfect. They just live the same like day every day, it seems like. But Barbie starts to, what they say, malfunction, where she starts to actually question things, as like, oh, like death, or just ideas that obviously are foreign to them. And she essentially, it's like every Barbie doll, like in the real world, is tied to like a person, right? Like a girl who plays with it, and when things go crazy, or like the relationship isn't good, you start to malfunction. Like the Barbie will start to, it seems like, become more realistic. Like they always stand on their tippy toes, they'll have their heel down, or she starts to develop cellulite. But things like that. And essentially the plot is she has to go to the real world to fix that, to make everything back to normal. But that's not the case at all. What I can praise this movie for really is like set design. They really nailed the feel of like a real life Barbie, like, I don't know what to call it, like world amusement park. It really, like, the vehicles, everything. Like there's a scene where Ken gets hurt and then they bring out an ambulance, and the way it opens up, just like the playset, like, I feel like this is probably like a 10 out of 10 movie for a Barbie collector, like someone that actually knows the history. Because man, do they really, some are just blatantly told to us like, oh, that's a discontinued, like the pregnant Barbie, or there was like a sugar daddy Ken, and then there was like Alan, Ken's best friend, and like, they go into detail of it, but then you can tell there's probably some that if you're not aware, obviously you don't pick up on, but then they definitely have a lot of Easter eggs there for the Barbie aficionado to pick at. So that was cool. Yeah, set design, everything, seriously great. It was fantastic. Like, got the feel. Really made them seem like, life-size toys. And it was interesting seeing them go to the real world, because this is where, like, what I was saying, it tackles interesting ideas, because like you get like Barbie has an existential crisis because she finds out, because the Barbies are told that like women are like in charge, or like they, like in the real world, like women are in charge and that sort of thing. And of course there's that harsh reality where society, I would say more so Western society, is a patriarchy, right? And you have that. Ken goes with her, understandably, and it's genuinely funny to see where obviously Barbie gets like shocked, as in like, this is not what I was expecting. Like, we've been lied to. And then Ken is finding out like, oh, men are awesome in the real world, and they go back, and essentially Ken all of a sudden is like turning Barbie Land into Kendom, like a male. Like he introduces like real world ideas to them, and it's funny to see like, oh, like this is how men act. Like it's a great breakdown of like gender roles or like stereotypes, right? Of like societal norms, I'll say. Like it does a really good job of like, oh, this is like how men traditionally act, or like women. And there's a back and forth where the Barbies had to take it back. And yeah, it was like a lot to unpack. I was like, whoa, like I was not expecting that. Like the film, you'd think it's like a kids movie, but it deals with a lot. The person tied to Barbie, our main character, is like a mom. At first, it seems like it's a daughter, but then you get the idea pretty quickly that it's the mother who is just reminiscing about like the good old days when her daughter like played with Barbies and like that. Like the movie has a great message about change, just so like how Barbie is the stereotypical one. So her day is literally like the exact same every day. And it's that idea of like being scared of change, and just like, in the real world, it's natural, right? It's a part of life. Like things are not always what we want or how we want it, but it's up to us to make the best of it, or to push forward, right? Not to give up. And like the film had a really good message about that, about just coming to terms with reality, right? Like what is life? What does it mean to be like human, a person? And like nobody's perfect. And I really love there's scenes with Ruth, who is a representation of the actual inventor of Barbie herself, like a spirit. And her scenes were genuinely really nice. I know a lot of people in the theater were touched by a scene near the end where, I won't spoil it, but it's with Barbie, and it just shows you like what it means to feel, or like nostalgia, like looking back at life at simpler times. And like, yeah, there was people who were like crying in the theater, again, not expecting that from a kids movie. Like I keep saying kids movie, but then I'm like, it probably wasn't that. It really didn't seem like that. Like again, the movie is like really good. Like I was blown away. I did not expect that. Like as a joke, I would always be like, oh, Barbie's gonna be better than Oppenheimer. So I didn't see it. I'll be completely honest. That Oppenheimer I had no interest in. I really don't. Like I don't care. But people around me have seen it, and like from my peers, the general consensus, like it's okay, like it's a good film, not great, or the 10 out of 10. People like to suck Christopher Nolan off and act like every movie he does is perfect, when like any director that's not the case. So I was like, okay, I mean that's what I expected. I expected it to be good, but not like a great like genre defining film. Like no, not that. But with people who've seen both, a lot of them are like, yeah, Barbie's like better. So again, I can't do that comparison. I did not see Oppenheimer, nor do I care to. But Barbie seriously was really good. I can't give it enough praise. Like seriously, like just the moments, like you have to watch it for yourself. It's definitely one that like I'd probably rewatch to pick up on more things. Again, I'm kind of brushing over the main themes, but it's like it's a lot. Like it does a good job of like uh how men tend to act. Again, because Ken is all about, oh, the patriarchy, men are in charge. And I like that when, okay, spoilers, the Barbies obviously get the land back, right? They keep Barbie land. But it's nice that, again, going back to the whole thing about change, where they don't just go back to their standards. Like, there is progression, right? Where now it's like the characters are more free thinking, they have accepted more of those views, like the world views, and it's nice. Like, it gives a good perspective on like what I would say like some women go through in life. It's yeah, sure. Hey, maybe I missed some things. To be fair, I'm a guy, so maybe there's some things that just didn't resonate with me. But even yeah, from watching it, I enjoyed it. This is easily a 9.5 on a good day. Seriously, really good. Did not expect that. It's a lot of fun. It's funny. And has a great message and like great themes. And again, for the Barbie collector, this is like the ultimate movie. Like the credits, everything. It's really well done. Like seriously, a love letter to the brand. I, I mean, the way it ends, there is no sequel bait or anything. But I'm like, interesting if they do one. If they don't, it literally stands alone. And yeah, Barbie, really good. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts. What do you think? Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. If you like that type of content, I make new videos twice a week. So please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. And as always, everyone, I've been your host, Oxy. Take care, and I'll see you next time.